Hey everybody, welcome to a review of a 12th root C14, and this one is the PRC version of the C14, and that is actually my full name initials. So I had this guitar custom built by 12th Root Guitars. They're located in Longmont, Colorado. And the gentleman that owns the shop there is Robert Schneider. Now if you saw the last video upload, the one I did on the top 4 guitars that I own, this guitar was in that lineup. For a good reason. I want to walk through some of the specs on it. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to go through the ones I can remember off the top of my head. But I want to point out 2 things to you. Number one, there is a 12 up here on the headstock. It can look like an R, but it's actually a 1 and a 2 for 12th root guitars. So that's a unique mother of pearl inlay on this guitar. As a matter of fact, all the inlays are mother of pearl. I believe the sound hole inlays as well are mother of pearl. They could be abalone, but maybe they are. I don't remember what the sound hole is. My initials are on the 12th fret, and RC, which is Randy's a nickname. So, but RC is on the 12th fret. That was the only flash I really wanted on the guitar. If I was going to get a custom build, I wanted one that I could pass down in the family that had my initials on it. And I thought, well, I'm ordering a custom guitar here. Maybe this is the right one to do that, okay? But every dot on this guitar is mother of pearl. The 2 inlays here are mother of pearl. This could be abalone, but I'll have to check the spec. I'll put it in the description. I was involved in this. So this has been going on. This guitar's journey began about a year ago, close to. Maybe not quite that far back, but close. I ran across 12th root guitars at a music store up in Colorado called Monk Music. I think it's called Monk Music. And I was looking on Reverb at guitars, and I happened to have run across a particular guitar I was looking at, and I clicked on the shop that had it, and then went to their page, and they had that guitar that I was looking at, and I don't even remember what it was. It might have been a Preston. But anyway, that's when I was scrolling through the guitars there, I noticed that there was a 12th root guitar there. There was 2 of them. This is not one of those 2, by the way. And so I thought, 12th root guitars. So there's a boutique builder I've not heard of before. So I went to the web and looked up 12th root guitars, and I was a little taken back by this boutique builder. And that's how I met Robert Schneider. He owns 12th root guitars. He personally built this guitar from top to bottom. So every inch of it. There's no CNC machines on this guitar, folks. This was all done by... This is a handmade guitar, okay? It's an X-Brace guitar, and I'm going to put some photographs up. Yeah. I'll put some photographs up of the bracing under the top of this guitar. And then I'll add a few more in. I've got I may have 1,000 pictures of this build, okay? So I'm not going to put you through all of that, but I want to show you some key moments in the guitar building stage. And along the way, as we kind of, have a bit of a discussion about this guitar and play it a little bit, right? You'll notice many of you may have already figured it out. This top is a Adirondack spruce top. It's a red spruce. And the back and sides are East Indian rosewood. This is absolutely a beautiful guitar, folks. See if I can get those reflections, those lights out of there. It is absolutely beautiful. It's got binding on the back and the front, and that binding is rosewood. The bridge down here is ebony, bone nut, bone saddle, and you've got ebony bridge pins with a mother of pearl dot on those. Okay, I believe this overlay on the headstock is ebony. These are Waverly Butterbean open geared tuners on the side. I don't know if I showed that or not, but I'm going to here. The other side looks just like it. It is, beyond a doubt, a work of art. This has not a 12-inch radius fretboard, but a 16-inch radius fretboard. So if you don't know much about fretboards, a 12-inch is typically what you're going to see on guitars, most guitars. I've got a couple of 16-inch radius fretboards that I own. The higher that number, the flatter the fretboard. So a 12-inch radius is going to have a bit of a curvature to it. The 16-inch is going to be more flat. Okay? And it takes a little bit to get used to a 16-inch radius. Fortunately, I have a few. A brand new guitar, effectively, with that kind of sustain, is very, very interesting. Very beautiful sounding guitar, folks. This is a quality build. I haven't done a review on it up till now because every time I have done 3 or 4 videos reviewing this guitar and I was not satisfied with any of them. And so I've deleted every one of them. I did 2 previous to this tonight. And so this is like my 3rd attempt at a video on this guitar. And you might go, well, why is it so difficult to do a review on this guitar? Because it's completely handmade by a master craftsman. And I want to do the guitar justice when I review it. So I just did not like it. In fact, this is the only guitar I've had a struggle with to do a review on because I just didn't feel like I was doing it justice. Look, Robert is a heck of a luthier and guitar builder. I mean, just incredible. And I'll tell you, the other thing that mostly impressed me about this was, I mean, I knew I was going to get something special. But all along the way, during the 3 or so months that it took to build this guitar, I got pictures every week. I got, periodically I would talk to Robert on the phone. And the only modification or change that I made along the way was just to add that little inlay on the 12th fret with the initials there. Other than that, nothing was changed on the specs on the guitar. You've got a Honduran mahogany neck, which is absolutely beautiful. There is nothing about this guitar that I can say is a negative. There's not one. This is pretty much the perfect guitar. Okay, it plays like a dream. It frets fantastic. It's got finger style. Folks, the guitar's got quite a bit of sustain. I mean, it's got some rocket sustain on it. Tell you what, let's just do this. I want you to hear it till I stop hearing it. That's some really good sustain. And this is one of those where you get that inclusive resonance that Terry Oville spoke about, where you feel it all up and down the guitar. And that's exactly what you want out of a guitar, okay? No matter what kind of guitar you're buying. And that's not easy to get out of guitars. I'm just very fortunate. I've got a wall full of them that do it. Robert Schneider, folks, Robert Schneider, and just a great guy, a good man. I'll say that. He is a good man. I have gotten to know him over the last year. He's a man of his word. Now, tell me something, folks. How often do you run into that anymore? It's I'll just say it's not as frequent as it once was. Okay? And that's a shame. But that's life. Robert's not that guy. Robert is a guy that I very much trust. He kept his word. He did everything he said he was going to do. And I could not have expected a more beautiful looking or playing guitar than what I've got in my hands. It's an OM size, but the volume on it would quite shock you sitting in the room with it. And I hope it came across with the mic. But so, folks, go visit Robert's page, his website. And even if you're not in the market for a guitar, go look at what he's done. And then there's a way to send him a message, or his email's on that page, one of the two. Shoot him an email or leave him a message on the website if that's possible. And just tell him you appreciate his work. Sometimes I think it's good to just encourage folks, okay? Now, this is a fantastic guitar. God bless the day I picked this guitar up, okay? Now, pricing, you'll have to talk to Robert about that. I didn't get a special deal on it because I was doing a review on it on YouTube, I can tell you that. But I think it was a more than fair price. I will say, if somebody else had built this custom guitar to this spec, if I had ordered this from Martin, it would have probably cost me $7,000, okay? I didn't pay anywhere near that. Robert charged me a fair price for this guitar, folks, and I think he's an honest man. If you ever get in the market for a boutique guitar, a boutique builder, he's the guy to talk to. You tell him what you want, he will get her done. Okay? Good man. Fantastic luthier. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to, at the very least, maybe visit his website and see what he's got. Then if you're of a mind to, leave him an encouraging comment. He's not going to come back and try to sell you a guitar. All right, folks. Appreciate you joining the channel. It's always good to see everybody. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. God bless. We'll see you next time.